Well, what impresses me most is his ability to grasp the moment like the great ones did. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. He's no longer afraid to take the last shot. He's no longer afraid to take all the weight on his shoulders and do what he has to do. He willed this team to victory last night. Yes, D. Wade came about and had a great basketball game, but really it was LeBron James from the get-go that got this team into the final.
And you take a look at LeBron's numbers in the 2012 playoffs versus these playoffs. The scoring is down, the rebounding is down, but the field goal percentage is up, and the assisting is up. Break down the difference in the stats for LeBron from playoff to playoff.
Well, the difference here now is his leadership ability. He has the ability now to command the respect of his teammates, do what he needs to do. We also saw what he did when he came out and he told his teammates, listen, we need to get everything together so we can go on and win that second championship. Also, I like the way that he gets everybody else involved now in the basketball game. He doesn't have to go to Cleveland mode, as has been spoken about. He is a guy that's a team guy, but when the job needs to be done, he steps up.
Now, in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and this comes off the Game 6 when Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh combined for 15 points on 4 of 19 shooting. LeBron James just basically got out of the way in that first quarter. The game plan, as it appeared to me, was to get Wade and Bosh off. It worked. They had 30 points combined in Game 7, 10 of 29 from the field. Talk about the decision to start the offense through this man, Dwayne Wade.
Well, I think they absolutely had to because they needed D. Wade. And this play right here told me that D. Wade was ready. He went back to the old flash. You have to get him involved, let him get a couple of easy baskets, go to the free throw line, get his rhythm. That's exactly what they did. I think that Eric Spoelstra and LeBron James should be commended for getting Dwayne Wade started because without him, they don't win last night.
Take a look at regular season numbers for Wade and Bosh versus their numbers through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. D. Wade is down almost 7 points per game from the regular season. Bosh is down almost 4 points per game. A combined down almost 11 points per game from Wade and Bosh, yet here they are back in the NBA Finals. Now, we talked about the focus on Wade in the first quarter. It seemed like they were focusing on getting Bosh some touches and some shots as well. 1 of 8 in the first quarter. Obviously, the shooting wasn't great, but didn't the involvement pick up his overall activity?
Yeah, it did. And, you know, one of the things, when you're a scorer and you go into a slump, you have to do all the other things in order to get yourself involved in the game. I thought that Chris Bosh did a great job last night of doing all the things that you don't see in the stat sheet. He moved his feet on defense. He got rebounds. He passed the basketball at the right time to the right teammates. You don't just have to score to be effective in this league, and I think that that's something that Chris Bosh learned about.
All right, so let's take a look at the Corona stat of the night presented by Corona Light. And the last time the big threes from San Antonio and Miami faced off against each other was way back on March 14th, 2011. The Heat won by 30 behind 30 points from Chris Bosh. Now, neither team was at full strength when they played in the regular season this year. Miami won both meetings. So, and I hear you guys all the time say throw the regular season out when it comes to a playoff series, but does it make it more difficult for Eric Spoelstra and Greg Popovich to plan for this series, knowing that they really have no tape to look at from the regular season?
Well, I think that it does because all the usual suspects were not in the game when these two teams met two times this season. So it's difficult to game plan against somebody that you have not played against, but you got to go back to the previous years where these teams played against each other. That's what you have to game plan against, and I think that both teams will be prepared.